Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, everyone. I hope that everyone has had a great weekend so far. Today is a beautiful, beautiful Monday, and I'm ready to get this week started. Hey, Miss Dolores, hello there. Hey, Lolita, hello there. Hey, Evangelist, hello, hello, hello. Hey, Teresa, hey, hey, hey. My first comers are always here. I hope. So here's what we have coming on. I know that the Diddy trial is happening. Okay, right now, Dawn Richards is on the stand. There's some things that are coming out during her testimony. As you guys know, on the YouTube side of things, I'm only going to be covering Diddy twice a week because there's so many other things that I have to stay updated on, and I don't want to lose track of other cases that I am watching and covering. But on the Bigo side of things is where you will be able to stay updated with everything daily for Diddy, and it will be recorded, and I will be able to post it on savageroyalty.com where you can watch it there exclusively. Okay, and I'm going to try to get all of the shows that I do. Sometimes I forget to press the record button. So I'm going to try to remember to press the record button. So though for those that watch only on YouTube will be able to watch the Bigo stuff as well. Sometimes the Bigo shows is a little bit more detailed. They also is a little bit more because those shows are longer. Okay. So there's more that possibly does come out, more discussions to be had, more point of views, and just more commentating that is able to happen on Bigo. Okay. You look pretty. Thank you so much, Miss Dolores. I appreciate it. But today we have a case of a young girl who was held captive by her mother and her mother's boyfriend out there in New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey, where she was held captive, taken out of school 8 years ago, and forced to live in a cage and starved by her family. So we're going to get into that case. That is a big case going on right now. There's a possibility that there could be a probe into the CPS system until, typically when cases like this happen and cases like this occur, typically a big probe happens with DHS where they try to discover where did they go wrong. Um and so most likely that's what's going to happen in this case. All right? So here are the two. You heard about this. Yeah, it's a big case right now. Alrighty. So in one of the most horrifying cases of child abuse and neglect that was reported in recent years in New Jersey history, 38-year-old Brenda Spencer and Branndon Mosley, they are currently being accused of holding a 18-year-old girl captive for years out there in their home. And the victim, who is Spencer's biological daughter, had escaped from the home on May the 8th of this year, bringing to light what has been happening to her over these last 8 years that she was held captive. So she was removed from school under some suspicious circumstances, and the girl had reportedly has spent the next 7 years hidden from society and unable to interact with the world due to her parents keeping her there. Okay. So the investigation had began after the girl had ran to a neighbor's home and disclosed some of the things in which she had experienced within the household. So the neighbor had immediately called the police, and she was also transported to the police department where the authorities had then questioned her, and they did uncover the full extent of the abuse in which she had to deal with on a daily. So they say that it did go undetected for years, but they don't know how this could have went undetected. They don't know why the school never questioned, her being pulled out, or anyone even took the time to even search for this young girl over the years. Okay. So investigators had learned that the abuse had started when her mother had pulled her from the school, citing she was going to be homeschooling. Here's this homeschooling thing. And as you guys know, that this, due to the levels of abuse that have come out from children being taken, thank you, First Lady, from children being taken out of school due to homeschooling, they have changed how they have changed the protocol. Okay, they have changed the protocol on how and you can take your child out and the things in which you must do. So for example, some states have it to where when you take your child out, you have to do some form of check-in with the local educational system or the Department of Education, but they can be able to keep track. It's basically like an accountability stance in which they have put forth. Now they also are saying that upon interviewing the victim, investigators had then learned that the abuse had started when her mother had pulled her from this school, and that the child was locked in a metal crate and confined more than a year. and only let out of the crate here and there. So she wasn't even able to get out on the daily. So once out of the crate, she was then chained inside of a padlocked bathroom and eventually moved to a bare room with no toilet. So there was just a bucket in this room. And there was also motion alarms that was placed in the room just in case she attempted to flee. Okay. Now, I will say that in the press conference, the investigators said that they did have some dogs there, and it looks like that the dogs were kept they were kept in better shape than the actual children. Okay. They did not believe that the dogs were treated any, had any abuse. They looked of great health. Meanwhile, the child was in these crates and in its cage for years. So investigators had found the dog crate that she was confined in, chains and padlocks that was used in the bathroom, an alarm that was on the door, as well as they did say that she was being constantly beat with a belt. Her hair was forcefully shaved, as well as she is alleging that the father had done inappropriate things to her. Y'all know what that is. I can't really say it, but inappropriate things to her. The home was found to be in squalor conditions, and it was filled with dogs and chinchillas, as well as filth everywhere. Police also discovered a 13-year-old girl was living there as well in this environment. So here's the timeline of events. So in 2018, Grand Rising, in 2018, Brenda Spencer had removed her daughter from the school in sixth grade. Okay. In 2018 to 2019, the victim is then chained and padlocked inside of the home. 2019 to 2022, the victim is the I'm sorry, 2022 to 2025. Thank you. Thank you so much. 2022 to 2025, the victim was then forced to live in this bare room with a bucket for a toilet, as well as the motion alarms. Okay. And then in February of this year, Branndon Mosley was then honored which is crazy because even throughout all of this abuse, he was still going to work and doing his normal stuff. And then he would go home and abuse this young girl along with his girlfriend. Okay. He had just now won an award with this job due to his performance there, where he had won and was honored publicly for being a hero with SEPTA. Hero goes crazy. Hero goes insane. This goes to show you that a person can literally live a double life. They can literally be a normal person in the public, but a monster, okay? This, he can be a monster behind closed doors. Okay, which is kind of bizarre, y'all. It's really kind of bizarre. So, the victim had escaped to the neighbor's house, and in May 10th of 2025, the victim had provided the full disclosure of what happened to her. So, on May the 11th, Spencer and Mosley was then arrested, and then they have their preliminary hearing that is coming up. Okay, so when it comes to the rescue, a neighbor had identified only Susan had that was only identified only as Susan. She had opened her door due to this child. She was frightened, she was scared, and she ran to the neighbor's house, and immediately the neighbor had called the police. She had later said that the girl was in tears and described the abuse, as well as including having her hair shaved off. So when it came to the search of the home, the officers also uncovered the filthy conditions. Now, when they did sit down with the young girl, they did say that she was even though she was, shaken about what was going on, she still was able to, and this shows the strength of this child because sometimes, and you guys know this, sometimes when a child is left confined like this, they become afraid of human contact. Okay. We've heard stories and we've covered many stories where a child will become afraid of human contact, where they really will not talk to you. So for her to find the courage to not only leave and get and escape, even with the alarms, yes, she was very brave, even with the alarms on the doors. Okay. She was able to escape and still was able to talk to the police and give them a very thorough statement about the things in which she endured there. Now, Mosley had, of course, really received this public, award from SEPTA, but at the same time, many of the workers there are saying that they would have never thought. Of course, that is always the story. Many people say they would never think of, that their so their friends, their coworkers, their family would do anything like this because typically people can hide these types of things. Now, as of right now, they have been charged with first degree murder, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, second degree aggravated assault, as well as endangering the welfare of a child and the other abuse allegations as well, like the essay. Okay. That's horrible, all the stuff that she went through. Of course. Yeah. And the fact that this mother, this woman here, I would never understand. I would for the life of me. Hey, vacay. I would never understand how a woman allows a man to come into their lives like this and shift it this way. Like for the life of me, I'm not able to process that because it looks like to me, okay, that this child had a very normal lifestyle. Now they haven't told us how long these two have been together. Um, but something tells me that this is one of those situations that before the 6th grade, her life was possibly very normal. And then out of nowhere, it shifted. And I wouldn't even be surprised if it comes out that it all shifted when she got with this man who begins to do inappropriate things to her daughter, as well as, she abusing him, abusing her, him abusing her, and then the starving her and the keeping her in a cage and all these crazy things. For the life of me, I'm never able to process how a mother can allow someone to shift them like this. How can a mother not protect their child from a monster like this? I just don't get it. I'm not able to process that. Like we always say such, weak woman or yeah, very weak. But it has to be other things. Like I don't get what type of love this is. I don't get what type of love totally make you disregard your children. I just don't get it. My mind and it's all for the love of someone else. To where you totally disregard the needs that your child, that your child needs to survive. You totally disregard the love that they require. You totally disregard of it. They never had love. Yeah, because we can't even say that that's love. So you're right. You're right. Because that's not love. I don't know what that is that makes you totally some others just don't love their children. Simple. And that's a fact. And a lot of people are afraid to say that, Evangelist. A lot of people are afraid to say, and I'm not, because I cover cases like this. I cover cases where I have been able to accept the fact, and you guys have heard me say this before. We are raised to believe, hey, Licious, we are raised to believe that every woman is equipped, and it's not true. And I like to use this example here. You know how when you have a baby and you say, and it's your first baby, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. And then your mom or your auntie, your grandma be like, it'll all come naturally. That's not true. It's not true. For some people, it never kicks in. For some people, for some women, it does that nurturing spirit, that protector never turns on. I am honestly believing that. And and the reason why I say that is because these type of cases here, because if it did kick in, if it did automatically do that for all women, some of the cases that we see, it would have never happened. It would never happen. I.e., we can all sometimes when abuse situations happen, they say, well, what about postpartum? Well, this child was taken out of school in 6th grade. This is well beyond postpartum. This is well beyond that. And there were possibly signs that were already there previous to the 6th grade pull out of school. It was possibly already things there that kind of went under the radar that many people didn't pay attention to well before. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it took this here and it got a little bit extensive. Hey, Lisa, it got a little bit extensive. I'm just one that believes that, you know, because it's no way. Tomorrow is my B-Day. Happy birthday, Evangelist. I hope that you have an amazing B-Day. Another earthly day is a blessing. Um, she's that desperate for a piece of man because he's not a man. I don't know what he is. He a specimen that was created because there's no desperation of love in the world. There's no desperation. I'm sorry. I'd rather love myself before I turn over my children for you. I'd rather be lonely for the rest of my life. I'd rather die alone than die with somebody that's going to do something like this to my child. I don't want that type. If this would love look like, if this would unionship look like and relationship look like, I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be by myself with my kids, and my kids is safe, ain't in nobody's, harm's way. They excelling, they're doing good, they mentally okay, they fed, household is healthy. I'd rather be alone than allow someone to come up in my life and take me and take over my children. Evangelist, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, she has her surgery on her B-Day. Lord, why did you let them give you surgery on your B-Day, Evangelist? What the world? You were supposed to say, can I get 1 day? But you probably had to get it. It probably wasn't even it probably wasn't a choice. So I understand. It's okay. You can celebrate your B-Day after. The B-Day gift will be having the surgery and then everything and you heal fine. So that's the ultimate gift. So it's still okay. You gotta look out on the bright side of every situation. So as long as your health is gonna be okay, that's a birthday gift. That's a blessing within itself. So we are going to be following this case right here very much closely, guys, just to see. I think they're supposed to be going to court Friday for their hearing, I believe. And once that do come out, I will, give you guys updates. Sometimes in the hearing, more things do come out. Um, and I did see some people asking where did this happen, and it's Gloucester Township, New Jersey, or Gloucester, New Chester. Don't know how they say it out there in New Jersey. Okay, I did see some people asking about that. Where did this happen? All right. So, what's gonna happen right now, guys, is we're going to go and do Diddy over here on the Bigo side of things. If you guys want to tune in, you definitely can. If not, I will be recording this show on Bigo, and you will only be able to tune into it on savageroyalty.com. Okay. Just remember that in order to watch the pre recorded shows or any exclusive content that I do put out on the website, you must be a member. Okay. Being a member of Savage Royalty do comes with different perks. You do get notifications when I do send them out to alert you when I am live. You also sometimes get exclusive giveaways that is only available within our Spaces group. Um, and there's other things that will be coming. So we have a random raffle that I will be doing at the end of the month that will only be for people that are in the spaces that are for my conversation starters. As I told you guys, earlier this month, okay? They're for the conversation starters. So if Hey the Real Books, if you are a conversation starter within the Spaces by Wix, you will be eligible for the raffle giveaway, okay? If you want to get into the Spaces by Wix, just download Spaces by Wix on your app store, then search Savage Royalty Entertainment and put in code A59TEA as you see it scrolling down there. Or if you want to make it easy for yourself, you can go to the community tab right on my YouTube, click the link to join there, okay? And that is where you get all the exclusive member perks. Now, also, Evangelist, if you guys remember last month, she did win last month's engagement raffle where she's going to get some Savage Royalty lip gloss that's going to be coming to her today. I will be shipping it today, as well as my unreleased t-shirts that is coming out in the between end of June and July, and as well as this shirt here. She will be the first to have them. I have not released them as of yet, so she will exclusively have them first. So Evangelist, your package will go out today. So make sure that you're looking out for it. And when you got a surgery, you'll have some nice t-shirts to put on. Okay. But I will I want some lip gloss. Yeah, so all of that will be coming. Her lip gloss is already wrapped up in here, so I can't take it out, but it's definitely in here. And that is what she'll be getting for her raffle winnings. If you guys did not know, I also have a $100 giveaway that will be coming out at the end of this month. All you have to do is start and this is totally separate from the pop-up raffle. So the end of the month raffle, and as you guys know, we do a raffle and a giveaway every single month just to give back to those that support me. In this month, all you have to do is go in Spaces by Wix and start a post, make a conversation. Tell me your thoughts on the show, okay? Tell me what you think. Give me your ideas if it's anything that you'll like me to cover, and just make a post. That's all you have to do in order for you to get into this month's $100 giveaway. Is a $100 gift card that I will be giving out to someone. I'm just going to spin a wheel like we normally do and send it off to you. Okay. It will be digital. So you don't have to worry about if I'm going to mail it. It will be digital and I will be able to email it to you. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in to True Crime with Savage Royal.